Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on the tropics. Today we have quite a lot to talk about. We have that area of investigation on that AOI there in the East Pacific off the coast of Mexico, and we also have the Index 98W, which was issued earlier today. As you can see right here, here's Index 98W. Does not appear to be a significant threat to land, according to the models, as you can clearly see. We will continue to watch the system if anything does come out of it. This is the latest update from the National Hurricane Center on this disturbance off the coast of Mexico. As you can clearly see right here, quite a bit of cloudiness. This is what they're saying here from the National Hurricane Center. A broad area of disturbed weather is producing some disorganized showers and a few thunderstorms within a couple hundred miles of the coast of southern Mexico, Guatemala. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development of the system during the next few days. A tropical depression is likely to form by this weekend while the system moves slowly west-northwestward to northwestward near or just offshore the coast of southern Mexico. Formation within the next 5 days still remains about a 20% chance, but formation within the next 2 days is 20%. Formation within the next 5 days is a high of an 80% chance of development. So there's a very good chance, a very good possibility that this storm does develop to become a very does expect to become a tropical storm, a tropical depression. But into next week we could see this become a tropical storm. So that's the system I'm watching right now. But we also have been looking since yesterday. Around the 28th, which is about 8 days from now. Today's October 20th. On the October 27th, 28th, 29th, around that time period, is when there is a possibility of us seeing of a tropical depression or a tropical storm, possibly a hurricane. Not very likely, but we'll have to see of a tropical storm developing. All right, in the Mediterranean. Something we're gonna have to closely watch and monitor here in the next several days, because it's about a week out from now. So by the early next week to the middle of next week, we could see a tropical depression or a tropical storm be developing in the Mediterranean. It could be affecting and threatening Italy, bringing storm surge. You get that onshore flow can really start producing a lot of heavy wind, a lot of strong wind, gusty wind, heavy rain, possibly up to 3 to 4 foot of storm surge. So we have to watch this system. It's either Italy or it's be Greece. The southern parts of Italy will be more affected. But the southwest part of Greece could definitely be affected by this potential tropical system. Lots of heavy rain, lots of heavy thunderstorms, lots of heavy rain. Flooding is a big possibility. There's a lot of mountains in Italy. Same with Greece. That area has a lot of mountains. So it's something we're going to be watching out for in case this does in fact develop. And if it does, we will definitely keep you updated on this potential tropical system here in the Mediterranean. Oops, not what I meant to do. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center, the latest. They have not acknowledged that system. I think it's this one way out here. They do not acknowledge it as an area of disturbed weather. Certainly something we're going to watch for in the coming days now that Tropical Tidbits has acknowledged its existence. So we're going to go over to weather.us and take a look and see what we're looking at. Actually, I can do that with Tropical Tidbits first to show you what we're looking at here in the Mediterranean, because I want y'all to have an idea of what we're looking at. I noticed I saw this yesterday, and I was a little bit worried about it. Where is that at? Here's Europe. Okay. So it's going to be down in this region, South Central Mediterranean Sea. Now this is the GFS. And it should be around the August the 28th time period. So you can kind of see an area of cluster thunderstorms. This is October. I don't know why I keep on saying August. This is October 25th, 12 a.m. Here's that system. Right there, you can see a broad area, cluster thunderstorms. It does actually try to get itself developed. And I mean, eastern parts. Here, let me bring out my Epic pen. Eastern parts, southeastern parts of Italy could be seeing some rather, squally conditions. Pretty heavy rain, gusty winds. 1,003 millibars. That's easily 55, 65 mile per hour tropical storm there. And again, Italy is not used to that kind of weather at all. That's not something you see in Italy. And then it just goes right into. I know this is Greece. I don't know what country. What little country this is. I think this is Croatia. I don't even know. I don't know my countries of Europe very well. But you can kind of see, boom, goes right on in. It doesn't develop into much of anything. Once it makes landfall, it just pretty much falls apart. But certainly something we're going to have to watch for in case it does develop. So I'm going to go back and kind of look at all the models. So we do have a bit of an idea of what all the models are also saying. We're going to do the 850 millibar vorticity. Oh, this only goes in 3 days. That's definitely not going to work. We're going to go do 0Z UTC and see what they're showing. So you do, in fact, see they do sort of show something, but again, it's very, very weak. Nothing really strong at all. A relatively very weak system developing according to the European model. Let's see, October, this is 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. So even the Canadian model is showing a system possibly developing. You can actually show it does make landfall there. And why hasn't oh, there it is, okay. And something we really have to watch out for is onshore flow. So let's say this is right off the coast. This is going to be bringing in pretty strong, heavy rain. We're going to have stuff coming in from the north, have stuff coming in this direction, and so you're going to have storm surge on both sides of the country. I can't make a very good arrow, and I don't know why. You're going to have stuff happening on both sides of the country. I need this to be deleted. Thank you very much. You're going to have stuff happening on both sides of the country, and this can make landfall. So you can kind of see it really falls apart, because, Italy's a very mountainous country, I believe. Southern parts of Europe are relatively more mountainous than others. So certainly it's going to have to be something that we're going to have to watch for very close. Was it climate? Okay, so I'm going to go to forecast. I'm going to go to the GFS. This is going to give us a better idea of what the GFS is going to be telling us about this tropical system. So again, let me just bring this up here. All, change map selection, North America, Europe and Africa. Perfect, free zoom. This doesn't just show Europe and Africa. This shows you Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, North America. It shows way more than just Europe and Africa. Like, practically the entire continent of South America, too. Just a little bit is cut off right here. Okay, anyway. Perfect. Parameters. I'm curious to see what they're saying for the gusts. What was it? August. I don't know why I keep saying August. It's literally October. I think we are on the 27th. I'm not actually seeing anything super. This is frustrating. This is like, why is it not showing me? What day was it? I must know. October 30th. Oh, okay. Wait, no. Okay, I was like, okay, that's why. It was legit, like, way back here. Okay. So there you can go. You can kind of see it. This is showing a little bit weaker than what we were actually seeing before. But as you can see, it does show almost a landfall there. In Italy, as you can see, we're seeing up to 52-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So it's not a super powerful storm. These are wind gusts. These aren't even wind speeds. Okay, so this really isn't the most powerful and really the strongest. But if we just look at the average wind, this is probably, we're still probably dealing with, okay, how are the winds and the wind gusts like the exact same? That doesn't make any sense. 44 and 49 are too close to this. Okay, fine, whatever. But again, they are showing 45 to 50 mile an hour sustained winds. And so that's really going to be that's a lot stronger than what they're usually used to. They're not used to anything super duper strong. So it's really something we're going to have to watch closely and very carefully. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hi, Martin. How are you doing? I just want to look at the North Atlantic right quick, just in case I do in fact see anything. I mean, earlier we saw something, but that is very, very, very unlikely to happen. See, it doesn't even exist anymore. So, I mean, we do see a tiny storm that tries to develop here. Right there, south, tries to develop. Very, very small, very, very tight. Very close, so it may be a 60, 70 mile an hour tropical storm. I don't know yet. This is my assumption. I don't actually know. And that storm does show it does in fact make landfall by this Sunday, October 24th, 2021, in Mexico. And it goes right inland, and it just comes right over there, over Texas. So, and the rest of this area. I really just want to look at all the models so we have an idea of truthfully what we'll be looking at here. For modeling and tropical development. I want to take a look at the West Pacific. Because the West Pacific can often get really ugly in October and in November. That storm could develop into something strong, bring some swells to Japan. I mean, that's the next biggest system, really, is that one system. I mean, maybe affecting the Mariana, can't say that word very well. Mariana Islands, Mariana Islands, I think is how you pronounce it. Bringing some rain, but, I mean, might bring some swells to Japan. And that's the biggest threat, in my opinion, that Japan or any major country will see from the system. Okay, let's take a look at the Indian Ocean. Just try to take a look at all the tropics all the time. Not really seeing, again, much of anything developing here in the next 2 weeks so far. I mean, I do see this trying to develop, but again, notice how broad this is. This is an upper level low. This is very, very broad. It's very, very weak. There's not a lot of rotation. Very, very weak. It's a very broad. It's probably an upper level low. So nothing really developing in the South Indian Ocean or the South Pacific most likely. But just to be sure, I'm going to take a look at, I'll just look at the Southwest Pacific. You can never be too sure. You can never be too sure. Again, this is an upper level low. It's an extratropical. These islands will get some of the heaviest rain from it. Nothing unusual developing that I'm seeing. Nothing like anything in tropical activity I'm seeing at all. But mainly we're seeing the East Pacific. Let me actually go back to the East Pac and talk about that, and then also talk about what we're looking at in the Mediterranean Sea. Because that is what I'm also worried about, because, again, people in the Mediterranean Sea aren't used to anything like that. But again, just wanted to show y'all this is very, very tightly packed. A majority of the heaviest rain lies within this area right here. There is this feeder band, which is going to bring on some onshore flow, storm surge, heavy rain, and flooding. I can't draw arrows, but lots of heavy rain in this area. Really, it would probably be this entire region right here, this area of Mexico up here. But then this is just kind of going in this direction. And so again, I want to point out the cities in Texas that could be affected by San Antonio in this area, probably Dallas. I think Abilene's up here. El Paso most likely won't be affected, but El Paso's right on the tip of Texas. Parts of southern Texas, Corpus Christi, Brownsville could be affected. So we have to really watch and monitor where the storm goes. So you can kind of see the remnants of it right in this area right here. So, I mean, you got some major, obviously not super big cities, but you got Corpus Christi there. You got Brownsville down here. If this comes up here, I mean, you have Austin, you have Dallas up here, you have Houston right here, you have Lake Charles right here, you have New Orleans over here, you have Mobile, Alabama. Okay, I don't know, I'm just naming cities now. I'm being weird, aren't I? Yes. But really, we really need to watch, and, because the southern part of Texas, right in this general area, could be getting affected. A lot of heavy rain could be in that area. Corpus Christi is a huge city. Houston is also a massive city, huge for, the United States import and stuff. So you can kind of see the remnants do go up north. You could see some onshore flow from the remnants. I think I'm just going to guess the area of low pressure is right here. I'm just assuming. You do still have some onshore flow coming in this direction into the Galveston area. Houston area could get some rain, but this is going to continue to move in this direction away. This should not be a slow crawler because there's no high pressure in this area preventing the storm from just stalling. But I'm going to move up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go back a little bit so you have an idea. So, again, you do have quite a bit of heavy rain in this area right here. You do get some cells developing that could produce some heavy rain. Definitely Corpus Christi is going to get pounded. Port Lavaca, I think, is in this area. No, Port Lavaca is farther south. Excuse me. I'm thinking of another. town, and I don't know. I see Port Lavaca. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of another place. Oops. So really, all these coastal towns down here. I mean, Brownsville all the way up through Corpus Christi. Port Lavaca's up here. Port Aransas in this area. Trinity Bay, I think, is in that area. And so all this area down here is going to get a lot of heavy rain in this area. Austin's right here somewhere. I'm just going to do a dot because that's a lot easier than just an X. Austin's in this area somewhere. San Antonio's over here. And so a lot of these towns, I mean, Corpus Christi's huge. Houston's massive. You have Dallas up here. Fort Worth is up here too. So a lot of these towns are relatively going to be in the way of this system. And we start to see even heavier rain. And there's still some onshore flow coming in this direction. And so there's a lot of this energy, it's pulling in from the Gulf of Mexico. Even though the storm has dissipated, this is not the area of low pressure, I don't think. Maybe it is. But there's going to be a lot of heavy rain from the system as it continues to move north. And then there'll be cold fronts and da-da-da-da-da. That's a story for another day. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? Okay, check out the Swiss MRF model. Okay, for the Mediterranean. All right, cool. I will. I'll do that right now. Is it in climate? Satellite. No. Is it Swiss MRF? Okay. And then do change map selection, free zoom. Okay, go south a little tad bit. Perfect, right here. Change parameters, and then we want to do all, and then we want to see an idea of what we're looking at with the average wind speed. You can kind of see the area of low pressure right here. What day is this? This is October 20th. It happens around like the 26th or saying. Oh, there's the system right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's zoom in that area. 52 mile per hour sustained winds. Look at how close and tight this is. There it is. There it is. It's a more of an oval shape, but nevertheless, it will do. For an area of low pressure, there's the L right there, roughly like that. So there it is. You know, you would have probably some onshore flow coming in this direction, and I can't draw arrows for whatever reason, but that's okay. I'm not meant to draw arrows all the time. Really, some onshore flow could come in. Oh my God, my computer's freezing up on me when I'm trying to draw arrows. This is not cool. I need to do a lot of stuff to my laptop I need to speed up my laptop to make this faster. I'm gonna probably have my dad do that for me this weekend. So you're gonna have some onshore flow, and you could have definitely some storm surge, you know, up here, you know, depending on when it is at its strongest for sure. So really close, very, very tight. I'm going to go back a little bit. I mean, it's a huge storm. Look at that. We're seeing 55 mile per hour sustained winds, ladies and gentlemen. So this is 55 miles per hour and sustained. All right, 55 miles per hour sustained winds. We could be seeing winds gusting even higher than that, possibly into hurricane force. So there's a possibility that we could see as strong as 80 mile an hour wind gusts. So any boats, ships, stuff like that in this area of the Mediterranean, this would be between, between Italy and Greece, I believe. So just sort of this entire general area, you need to keep your eye out on if you're going to be moving, going through ships. If you're going to be moving ships. No, people don't move ships around like that. If you have a ship and you're traveling from Italy to Greece by boat, or from Africa, I don't know what country this is, I should. If you're traveling from Africa to Italy or Africa to Greece, or you're going to Athens, Greece, or, if you have your own boat and you want to go this next coming week, end of August, you should probably wait through October, because there's a possibility of a tropical storm or hurricane. I don't know what they're called officially in Italy, in the Mediterranean. But again, it does look like it does weaken quite a bit prior to making landfall. As you can see, the center circulation, I mean, the moment any of it gets above, it just kind of falls apart, which is really good. Very, very mountainous. But again, it does show quite a bit, very, very broad here. 67 mile per hour wind gusts, probably center circulation's right here. And it's trying to close this in. It looks like it's going up like this. But it's very hard. It's trying to close, but it doesn't completely close. It's still an open low. And so this would still be considered a tropical wave. Here, let me get out of this. So I'm not even standing up there talking, literally just sitting at the computer. So this is what an open low looks like. An open low just essentially means winds are going all the way around the system in a 360 degrees. So as you can kind of see, we have winds coming in this direction. It looks like our winds coming in this direction, but they're not coming around like this. It needs to tighten off. And this is what we call an upper low. An open low, which just means the winds are just not going around the center circulation in 360 degrees. One part of it or another is open. It's not closed off by the winds who are going all the way around it. But if we go into time, you can really start to see, looks like it really starts to close itself off here. Now you can kind of see, you see this, how it's all the way around. That's a closed system. At this point, we could be dealing with a tropical storm possibly. Looks like, let me go to sustained winds. It looks like sustained winds about 45 miles per hour. So I can clearly see here winds are all the way around the system. We're seeing maximum sustained winds of about 45 miles per hour, which is a low-end tropical storm. Tropical storm starts out at winds of 39 miles an hour, all the way up to 73 miles an hour. A hurricane, a minimum of 74 miles per hour. I think it's from 74 to 95 is a Cat 1. I can't remember. 96 to 110, 111 to 104 to 100. Wait, Category 3 is 111 to 129, and the Category 4 is 130 to 157. No, 156, excuse me. And then a Category 5 is 158 miles an hour or stronger. Correct me if I said something wrong, just want to get all the categories down. I can never remember what the winds are for a Category 1. It's like, I know it's 74 to like 96 or something. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head, but right now this would be considered a low-end tropical storm with maximum sustained winds. Maximum sustained winds meaning it is able to hold that wind speed for 60 seconds or longer. You have 1 minute sustained, and then you also have 10 minutes sustained. A gust is very, very momentarily. It's just, it lasts for like 10-15 seconds. It's just a gust. A sustained wind means it lasts for 1 minute or longer. But there, as you can see, maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour is expected. As we go through time, the winds definitely increase much quicker, and it really, closes that low off and organizes the storm even better here. You can really see it's all rounded. We're seeing 55 mile per hour sustained winds in the northern, probably see that northeastern quadrant. The northeastern quadrant is the most powerful part of it. Simulated IR. Okay, I will do simulated IR satellite imagery. So as you can see, a majority of the convection is off to the north, which sort of tells me there could be some wind shear a little bit because there isn't a lot of convection. It doesn't look like a whole lot of convection near the center of circulation. So you can kind of see it kind of like that shrimp look. Some of these storms here in the Atlantic, we sort of get this shrimp look to it. You may get something like this. A shrimp look to it. It doesn't look very organized. It doesn't have an eye, but you can see in the satellite, you can kind of see where the center of circulation's at. You can kind of tell that the center of circulation's like that. But probably majority of the heavy rain is going to be in this region right here from the tropical disturbance. Now, I don't think, but you can definitely tell if we go through time, you can see where we started much earlier on. I don't think we can't get visible satellite imagery. Sucks, but even here you have an idea of what's happening. Probably an area of low pressure here. We have winds kind of coming like this, but the winds you can kind of see are going like this, like this. They try to completely close the low off, but not completely. It's still sort of open. It's not completely closed off. Something that we're going to have to see. Now, what's going to depend on how strong this gets, how quickly it's going to get, is how quickly does the low get closed off? Does it happen instantaneously, or does it take time prior to its landfall in either Italy or Greece? It looks like there's going to be more of a possibility that this makes landfall in Greece than in Italy. Radar. Let me see if I can find radar severe weather perimeters. Wow. So this is radar, as you can see. You can really start to see that storm really trying to develop. Nothing super well developed. You can kind of assume there's some. Now, my best guess to the reason why there isn't hardly any radar on the southern part. Radar. That sounded really ignorant, didn't it? Why there isn't any rain is probably some dry air moving in this general direction from Africa. Alright, if there's dry air moving in and trying to get sucked in, northern part's going to be more moist because it's pointed away from that dry air. And so dry air is going to try to wrap in, try to probably come in like this and try to wrap in and choke the storm off. And when that happens, it can kill the storm. So that's one thing that looks to be preventing it. Just based on what I'm seeing here, it just doesn't look very well developed on the radar. I mean, the farther away it gets from the dry air, the better chance it has. So like right here, I mean, you can kind of see where the storm tried to wrap itself around. You can kind of see some radar, some rain here, some rain here, some rain here, some rain here. But it never really wraps itself around where you can almost get an eye wall in the storm. Like, oh, I can't think of the name of it. It was a short-lived storm, and it made landfall in the Big Bend area of Florida. Can't think of it off the top of my head, but it developed an eye wall while it was making landfall, and it really developed that eye wall. That's because there's no dry air interfering it, I think. So I think dry air is going to be a big problem with this storm. Also, dry air is going to be huge. All right, look at the SSTs. Is that sea surface temperatures? Simulated IR satellite imagery, updraft, storm relativity, supercell, severe weather, precipitation, clouds, wind gusts. Hold up, let me find the SSTs. That's wind, these are clouds, precipitation, pollution. This is air pressure. Okay, I'm wondering what they're showing for the air pressure for this system. So, one thing I want to point out, that some people, if this one doesn't have it, look at the GFS, oops. So, one thing I wanted to point out is, the lower the air pressure, when one thing goes down, something comes up. And in this case, it's the air pressure. Let me try to find its lowest air pressure. It's right here. So the lower the air pressure is, as the air pressure comes down, what goes up the wind speed? So if you remember all the most powerful hurricanes in history, Hurricane Ida, 929 millibars. What were those wind speeds? 150 miles per hour. Hurricane Michael had an air pressure of like, my God, was it like 914 millibars? What were the wind speeds? 160 miles an hour. Hurricane Patricia, air pressure 872 millibars. Wind speed 200. I think their new updated was like 208 or 207 miles per hour. Hurricane Katrina, 903 or 904 millibars. Winds were 175 miles per hour. That was just the peak. That's not what it was when it made landfall. And so you kind of get this correlation. The lower the air pressure, the stronger the winds. And so 1,002 millibars isn't particularly strong. Probably a moderate 60-65 mile per hour tropical storm at the best. Probably 55 or so mile per hour tropical storm, maybe up to 60. And so that's something I kind of want to just explain is the lower the air pressure, the stronger the winds. If you remember Typhoon Tip in 1979, air pressure was 870 millibars. I think they think the winds were a maximum speed of 199 miles an hour. I saw some meteorologists were thinking that its re-estimation was 199 miles an hour, about 200 miles per hour. So 870 millibars, about 200 miles per hour. So the lower the air pressure, the stronger the wind. So this doesn't have a very low air pressure. The average air pressure at sea level is about 1,013 millibars. This has an air pressure of 1,002 millibars. So not very low compared to what the air pressure at sea level is. Anything below 950 millibars is most likely going to be a major devastating hurricane. Anything below 930 millibars is probably going to be catastrophic. Anything below 900 millibars will most likely be unsurvivable. So anything below 920 is going to be very hard to survive. I believe Hurricane Ada. Was it Ada? Right? No, it was Iota. I'm sorry. I always get confused. Ida, Iota, and Ada. I'm just like, which one is which? Iota had an air pressure of 917 millibars at landfall. Maximum sustained winds were about 155 miles an hour. It was originally a Category 5, but the National Hurricane Center did a re-estimation. It said I think it was 155 miles per hour upon landfall. So it was an incredibly powerful and incredibly catastrophic hurricane. 917 millibars was its strongest. So just an incredibly powerful, dangerous hurricane. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about the air pressure and stuff like that, because it's very, very something we need to sort of talk about, because it can be kind of hard to understand it at all. So you wanted me to look at what again? I already forgot. Was it radar? No, I already looked at radar. Sea surface temperatures, oceans and lakes, ice coverage, tropopause, composite charts, nope. Precipitation, clouds, soil moisture, temperature, and humidity, will this give me sea surface temperatures? Most likely not. I think these are just air temperatures. Not. This is hard. Because I don't know where to look. Someone's going to have to tell me where to find this, because I don't know where to look. I mean, I would assume it would just say, like, seas or something. Yeah, I don't know where this is at. Heat flux. I mean, we have temperature, so I don't think the temperatures are 72 degrees. Ocean is, I do not think the temperatures of the ocean are 72 degrees. I think they're clearly much warmer, in my opinion. You're gonna have to tell me, where's that? Because truthfully, I have no idea where to look. Oh, or ECMWF. Okay, all temperature, ocean and lakes, water temperature. Here we go. Ooh, I love this one. Okay, let's see what the temperatures are going to be right around the time of the storm. Water temperatures, talking 75, nothing super warm, honestly. 80 degrees and warm is what you need for a tropical system to develop. It was like the 26th. And the water temperatures are not very warm at all. Hold up, I can actually go European model. Regions. Line these up so I have an idea of when and where. I don't know what time period to look at. It's like the 26th or something. Like, the temperatures just don't make any sense. Like, ain't no hurricane developing in 75 degree temperatures. Just does not make too much sense. But that's what we're looking at right now. Those are the storms we're watching, and holy crud, it's going to be cold up north. Look at that. It's very, very cold. Anything off the coast of Mexico. Do we have anything in the East Pacific? Incredible. So again, there's that system that I'm talking about. Oh, you can see an area of low pressure way out here. Look at that. Right here. Oops, let me make that circle a little bit better. You kind of see an area of low pressure way out there, I'm noticing. But right in this area is where we're watching this storm developing going in. Generally, like in that direction. Talking about that, look at what the models and what the U.S. models all predict. Alright. Look at what the models and what the US models all predict. Okay. There's so many models, it's not even funny. Probably all saying the same thing. Not the, obviously the exact same, but generally saying winds. Okay, gusts. Look at that. Where you choose the model, not blue bar. Yeah, I know, it's right here. These models, right? And this is the blue bar he's talking about. But what day are we dealing with? Look at the icon. Also showing, I mean, again, a lot of these are just showing, you know, very disorganized, not very well developed. Some of them are showing that. I mean, look at that, 50. Change model, end model, run back button. What the hell is a model run back button? God forbid we see winds of 180, gusts of 180 miles an hour in Italy. That would be kind of catastrophic, you think? There's a lot of models. It's not even funny. Whoa. Wow, that is a lot of models. This is, I guess, Switzerland. This is, I don't know what that is. That's some kind of European thing. That's got to be like German or something. Oh, that's England. Russia. There's so many. The American model. Very fascinating. Okay. Let's see what we're looking at here. How did it? I don't know. I won't do that. It just keeps going back. I don't think it's going to show a lot. The UK model. See, they're all just pretty much showing the exact same thing. Nothing's going to be super crazy. Nothing's going to be out of hand. I think the European model is the one we're going to have to go with. That's my general opinion. Does anyone have any other comments, questions, or concerns? just gonna take a look at this. I wish I could get. I don't think I can see anything. Oh. Hello there. I kind of want to see. Oh, okay. This is definitely daytime only. Holy crap. Tells you the temperature. Negative 67 degree cloud tops. How about I do... I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to go to Weather Nerds. This is going to help us see satellite imagery. Okay, I'll look at that also. I want to see if I can take a look at Italian... There's no way they have Italian radar. There's no way. There isn't anyway because it doesn't exist. Okay. Custom satellite zooms. The regions. Italy's not even an option on here. Okay, we're going to have to go back to weather.us. That didn't work. Yes, sending it will be great. Hi there, my guy. How are you doing? How's your day going so far? We are looking at this system, which is in the, well, it doesn't exist yet, but it could possibly exist. This system right here is just I don't really have anything to say. I'm just waiting for him to send something. So while we wait for that, there's quite literally nothing else to talk about. So we're just gonna continue to watch this system here in the East Pacific, which is right here. We're about to be watching for some stuff happening in the near Italy area. If anything does develop there, I will definitely get back to y'all and talk about it and definitely start tracking it. But right now, we're waiting maybe August 20th. Why I keep saying August? October 26, 2021 is when we could be seeing that system developing. We may see an area of low pressure emerge into the Mediterranean Sea, but right now, nothing of concern right now. Wow, this is radar. Yes, I am accessing this from the United States. You would be right about that. Wow, this is actually really cool. This would really help us. Now, what I would probably need, if this does in fact develop, more than likely we'll probably need Greek radar. Almost like Greek radar. Since that is probably my assumption of where the storm is going to make landfall, based on a majority of the modeling. Okay, we're gonna do 25 frames a second. Oh crap, that's fast. Probably just need like 10 frames per second. Nothing, like literally no radar right now. At all whatsoever. Very, very low radar. Really nothing developing, nothing happening that we need to know about or anything. There's so much stuff happening in Italy, though. Italy's a cool country. I'm gonna go there one day. But right now, as y'all can clearly see, really nothing happening right now in terms of radar here in Italy. I mean, a few stray showers here and there. It also has UK radar if you're interested. Well, I don't think we need to be looking at the United Kingdom radar until there's this. But there's this. Wow, that's not good. We don't really do a whole lot of severe weather. We're mainly a tropical storm, hurricane, typhoon, and cyclone channel, where we talk about those sort of things because that's all I know about. I never really studied other things before. But as you can see, that's pretty much it for in terms of Italy radar. There's not a lot of radar. Some rain appears to be occurring up here, but it's really nothing crazy right now. Does anyone have any other comments, questions, or concerns? If not, I'm most likely going to end the stream off right there because there's nothing else to really talk about. But as always, we will continue to watch the system and keep y'all informed, and hopefully soon, either today or tomorrow or sometime over the later this week into the weekend, we hopefully will see a tropical disturbance. Can I not even speak? We will see a tropical depression disturbance possibly develop later this week into this weekend. But mainly what I wanted to talk about was get the discussion tab open so we can talk to y'all one-on-one about this particular system here in the Mediterranean Sea that can affect either Italy or Greece. And also talk about that system in the East Pacific and also Invest 98W. We're just waiting for YouTube to open the discussion tab for us. That's it. That's all I'm waiting for. That's all I need. And then we'll be able to do so much stuff. We'll be able to talk to y'all. We'll be able to, graphics, send out our graphics, send out, our own personal thoughts on the system, the areas that we think that could be affected the most and the most affected, stuff like that. And right now, we're not, we're just waiting for that to happen. And once that discussion tab opens, that's going to open a whole new way for us to get more views and get more subscribers. And it's really going to support the channel a whole lot. So that's it today, guys. I'm going to end the stream off there. It's been a pretty good stream. It's been about 1 hour long. It's been like 55 minutes, same thing. And that's been for today, guys. If you have any more comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to go in the chat below right now. Comment your comments, questions, and concerns, things you think we should do better, things that you recommend us to do. But yeah, I'm going to take a look at the chat right now and see if y'all have any other comments, questions, or concerns. And if not, that will be it, and I will do my outro. Also, US Rider, feel free to look more at the West Pac. I don't think there's really anything going on in the West Pac, except for that one system. We'll have to watch it. It could bring. Let me go to Canadian model and see what they're saying for the West Pacific. I mean, again, most of the models I think are saying a majority of the same thing. Like, this is sort of showing this system. I mean, that other system possibly developing, but we'll just have to watch closely. I'll send another link. Alright, incredible. Whoa, that's a pretty powerful system right there. That's more than likely a strong Category 4 hurricane. 140, 150 miles per hour right there. Very, very, very powerful there. 930 millibars. 928 at one point. Very powerful hurricane right there. Something we will have to closely keep up with the West Pac if anything does come out of this. Let me see what the European model is showing. European model pretty much is showing the same thing as all the other models have been showing. I mean, we're going to have to watch and see Thailand. It's not even Thailand. It's Vietnam area. Area. We'll have to watch out for tropical systems in your area. Certainly got a lot to look at and watch for. Very, very exciting and incredible stuff. He's going to send another link, and that is going to be it for today, guys. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center, last refresh. There it is. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center just acknowledged Invest 98W has been, is an area of disturbed weather. Let's take a look at it. The area of convection, Invest 98W, is currently located near 11.7 degrees north, 154.4 degrees east, approximately 574 nautical miles east of Guam. Animated enhanced infrared satellite imagery and partial ASMR. ASMR 36 gigahertz 2015 45Z pass depict flaring convection displaced to the northwest of the low-level circulation, the LLC. Analysis indicates a favorable environment, increasing poleward outflow. Okay, outflow going apart from each other. Outflow, low vertical wind shear, 5 to 10 knots. That's not very strong at all. And warm sea surface temperatures, 30 to 31. My man, that's like summer temperatures. That's like hot tub temperatures. That's like 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Global models are in good agreement on further development as this system tracks westward with some small disparity between whether it will reach warning criteria before or after passing Guam. Maximum sustained surface winds are estimated to be 10 to 15 knots, which is about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Minimum sea level pressure is estimated to be near 1,010 millibars, so very, very high. In the average air pressure is about 1,013 millibars, so it's only 3 millibars lower than the average air pressure at sea level. The potential for this development of a significant tropical cyclone within the next 24 hours is upgraded to below. There are no other areas of tropical development, so that is what we are looking at right there. So there it is, y'all. There it is. So, oh yes, this is one of the best. This really is going to help us get a better idea of what we're looking at in terms of tropical development. Gives us an idea of really what are we looking at here. So again, this is that tropical wave right here, 1,010 millibars right here, and it's going to move in a general direction like this. There's a possibility that it could, I mean, some of them are showing that it's going to just sort of do like this. And kind of do that and bring heavy rain across portions of the south part of Texas, even into the northern part of Texas. And it, it just really depends on where this goes. We do have a tropical wave right here. We do have an area of low pressure right over, I want to say that's Colombia, but that might be Venezuela. I don't know. I should know. The southwestern Caribbean Sea. Multiple areas of low pressure associated or along this monsoon trough right here. So you can see this area of low pressure right there. Those was the areas. Why can't I pronounce that word? Those are those areas of low pressure I was talking about. Over here we have the ITZC, which is the Intertropical Convergence Zone, right in this area, which is just basically wind shear. Right now, that's just wind shear. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I think. Oh God. I think it better be. It might be. Yeah, it's just Intertropical Convergence Zone, just where you have a lot of rain. So like, you can kind of see that right here. Sure, we'll say it like that. Developing hurricane force. Oh shoot. Gale force winds, a cold front. As you can see, there is in fact high pressure right here. There is high pressure over here. So that's why all these tropical waves are just sort of kind of going along this area, and they're not really coming out to sea, developing or anything. This is an area of low, an upper level low, which is connecting this cold front. This right here is another upper level low, which is connecting this cold front / warm front. This is an upper level low, which has this cold front, which is headed right for Britain right now. England, Britain, Great Britain, the English Isles. I don't know what they're actually called. I think there's an upper level low up here, which is connecting this entire frontal boundary right there. Lots of high pressure, lots of tropical waves down here. Nothing, again, super duper crazy or anything along the lines of that. But yeah, that is the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. That is going to be it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys later tonight. If I'm not here at home, at my house, I will do a stream. I will, in fact, do a stream through my phone, like I did last night. So, that's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys later this evening. Peace out.